why do you call yourself pro-choice?
Because it's a woman's choice to if she wants to get an abortion or not. It's no one else's decision.
Sorry?
It's no one else's decision but the woman's.
Why?
Because it's her body.
Which part of her body is her baby?
It's not a human until a certain trimester.
Well, wait a minute. You said it's part of her body. I'm wondering, that's what they say, right? My body, my choice?
Yeah.
What do they mean by that? Because the baby certainly isn't part of her body. Like, it's a different human being.
It's not a human being until a certain point.
So it's not that it's part of her body, it's that it's not a human being?
Yeah. Not until it's reached a certain point.
At what point is that?
I think it's the second trimester or something. Until then, it's just a fetus. It's just an organism living inside them.
Well, what's a fetus?
An organism. It's not a human until it reaches a certain point in its trimester.
Which point is that?
I don't really know. It's either the second or... When is a fetus considered human? Like second trimester or something?
Yeah, I think it's like, it's like 72 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, but until that point, it's just nothing.
Yeah, it's not what it is in the law.
72 weeks and a fetus becomes a human being?
I think that's what the law is now. I think the law is now that you cannot get an abortion after 72 weeks. Wait, how many weeks is that? 4, 8, 12.
Hopefully more people.
It's like, yeah, it's like the end of your second trimester.
72 weeks, that's like how many weeks are there in a year?
Yeah, I know, that's what I was trying to think.
52, I think, right? You're thinking 52, probably.
Yeah, she would be pregnant for a very long time.
Yeah, so it can't be 72, but
be a very long time.
Yeah.
But you think it's not a human, so it's not that she has the right because her body, her choice.
That's also the right too. If she doesn't want it, what if they were raped?
Wait, you said three different things, and we haven't sorted out the first one. First, it was my body, my choice.
And that is.
So I wanted to know, because I don't understand it, honestly, what part of her body is it?
That's her stomach. It's not a living thing
Like,
until it reaches its second
well, wait a
trimester.
minute. You're throwing words around I don't understand. You're saying that the baby in her womb is her stomach?
Yeah, it's just an organism until it reaches its certain trimester. It's nothing.
What's an organism? You're using all these words that I don't understand. Like, what's an organism?
Something that isn't living. It's not a human being until it reaches the second trimester. Until then, it's...
What is a trimester?
Yeah, you're shitting me, right? You don't know what a trimester is?
Well, I asked you what was the other word you said? Organism. And what was an organism again?
It's, what is an organism? It's not a human, that's for one thing. I can't really describe it. But it's not a human. It's not murder, if you're trying to think it's murder.
No, I'm not saying it's murder. I'm just wondering, you're using these words like organism. Oh,
Yeah.
Do you know what the organism is?
It's not a being, but it's something. I do, but I can't really describe it.
Okay, what about a fetus? You use that word too. You're confusing me with all these words.
A fetus is just, well, if the Latin term I've heard is it's a Latin word for baby, but again, a fetus is a baby, yes, but it's not a human being until 52 weeks, or whatever it is.
52 weeks.
Or 52 or something. I don't know what the second trimester is. I don't...
So maybe we need to figure out what's the trimester, like what does that mean?
It's how far along you are in your pregnancy.
So what would be the first trimester? How many weeks?
I know. I don't know. I'm not a female. I don't get pregnant.
You're not a female, so you don't get pregnant, but you could impregnate a female and make her pregnant.
Yeah. And if she wanted to get an abortion, and that's the only logical option, then I'd go along with it.
But it's your child. You're a father.
If I can't take care of it,
Well, then maybe you could give it up for adoption.
but if it's gonna, what if it kills my partner?
How would your baby kill you?
Sometimes births can be complicated, and sometimes, I don't know, something bad could happen to the mother, and if it's either the mother or the child, I'm gonna choose the mother.
Well, that's not abortion. You don't have to have an abortion to save the mother's life.
What if the child gets born, and if the child is born, there's complications that can kill the wife? What about that?
After it's born?
During the birth. If there is a chance that
Affect a woman's right.
the mother can
So what I'm
die,
trying to say is that
I'd choose the mother.
first of all, if I was a man, I would never
Well, I'm sorry, I missed that last part.
protest.
There's a chance what?
You! I like you! What if during birth, the mother could die during birth, if there's a chance?
Right, so we'll give her an abortion just before she gives birth, you mean?
No, not right before she gives birth. If you find out down the line that, hey, your child's it's either going to be you or your child, choose.
Well, how would you know before you were giving birth that you might die during birth?
I don't know. What if something happens?
Well, you're saying just in case you might die during birth, let's kill it.
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm confused. I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is, say you're going to give birth and then you get suddenly deathly ill, and if you have to choose between giving birth or losing the child. Like, say you're 3 months along and something happens, like your blood, something happens with your blood, or you get an infection, or I don't know.
Well, why don't you just treat the problem with the mother? Well, there isn't any reason. There's nothing that can go wrong. Even if the baby develops in the fallopian tube. Do you know what the fallopian tubes are?
Yes.
What are they?
They're the tubes inside the womb that have the birth, kind of thing. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, they're the little tubes that lead from the ovaries, which make the eggs. Sometimes when the egg is produced and it comes down the fallopian tube, it's fertilized in the fallopian tube. And so the baby develops there, and that is dangerous. You with me here?
Yep.
Actually, you're right. You with me here?
Yeah.
Watch your head there. That is dangerous for the mother, right? Because if it grows in the, come over here for a second. If it grows in the tube is too small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There might be complications during birth. Like, what if you get pregnant?
Well, in that case, that is dangerous for the mother's health. If the baby, it happens, it's called an ectopic pregnancy. It grows in the fallopian tube, and the fallopian tube is too tiny to allow the development of the baby. So, you with me here?
He's the only smart person here, sorry.
He's the smart one?
Yes.
Well, you're not. You wouldn't. You would say you were dumb?
No, I'm not dumb, but yeah, I'm saying he's smarter than you guys carrying around this.
You know what the problem is? It's not that we're dumb. Did you ever learn any about this in school?
No, it's my fault.
Did you learn about this at all in school?
No, because we did somewhat, but not really. No.
No. How old are you now?
25.
25. Do you remember taking anything about how a child develops in the womb at all?
Nope.
No. Think hard now.
We never had anything about abortions in school.
Well, not abortions. I mean, how the egg, you know.
Not that I can recall.
Do you remember eggs and uteruses and fertilization and zygotes and embryos?
I went to a Catholic school. So
You went to a Catholic school?
Yeah.
They didn't talk at all about how the...
Not to my knowledge, I can't remember.